I'm sure there are. I mean, even if they're like little robots with cameras in the eyes.
Interesting.
When Truman's dad dies out on the boat, is he out there because he's fishing? Or why are they out at sea at the start?
Sailing.
Yeah, okay, just sailing.
You can sail and not fish.
So where's this wind coming from if they're in a bubble?
Giant
Probably
fans.
Yeah,
Mark,
big
they have a
fans.
sun.
Wouldn't you hear that?
But wind has noise.
Yeah, but not from like a turbine.
No, but Truman doesn't know that.
No, but they could be somebody walking around with a lawnmower that's not running, and he thinks, "Oh, there's Greg cutting the grass again. Hey, Greg. Truman."
The only wind Truman has ever known is accompanied by that giant noise.
Yeah.
So
there you go. Perfect. They're like, what's that? It's the noise the wind makes.
That's just so. When spoiler alert for Truman Show. When he gets out at the end, he's most thrown by how quiet the wind is. That's the biggest change to his life.
Wait,
it's a horror movie.
What's that? What? I can hit my thoughts.
Can you get sunburn in that world?
That's a good. We should do Truman Show minute.
I don't think so because there's no UV, there's no radiation. You know what I mean? It's just
he's gonna get fried, Nick.
Yeah,
isn't he?
He's got that pale, not pale, but he's definitely. Yeah, I don't think he's ready for it. I definitely don't think he's ready for it.
Do they give him like vitamin D?
Maybe.
I'm sure the milk. I'm sure there's stuff within the food that he eats that they give him the proper nutrition.
Well, they could lace the water. You know.
There you go, lace the water.
Yeah, because you need the vitamins if you're not getting sunlight.
Exactly. Truman Show is an awful situation.
If they left everybody in there, would they become like the creatures from the Descent?
I don't know. I think the sun would have to just go away, and it'd be total darkness, and then I think they would.
Wait, there's plants growing, so there must be.
Plants grow in the dark. You just need moisture, a little bit of warmth.
Wait,
huh?
I thought they needed sunlight.
How are these plants? Maybe they're. You know how people use UV lights in their homes to grow, like weed in their homes. Yeah. So maybe that's what it is.
There you go.
The only plants in whatever the Truman place is called, weed.
Well, I like Gentlemen. I love that movie that came out, and they had a massive underground thing with a ton of light. Yeah. So maybe that's what they're doing.
There you go. That's how they pay for everything. It's not the advertising dollars.
Oh,
that's just the front for what they're really doing.
You think they wouldn't?
And no cops are going to go in there. No cops are going to enter it. So you could grow weed wherever you want.
Exactly. And then, so when the neighbor Greg is done cutting his grass, hey, Truman, I'm going on vacation for a week. Oh, that's cool. He leaves, right? It's just a copious amount of weed that he's taking and selling and then going on vacation.
So not only is Truman surprised by the lack of the sound of the wind, but also just the lack of the weed smell that permeates everything.
Yeah. He's just like, what's that? Oh, it's the ocean air, and that's why you should never go. And they're like, yeah, you're right. By the way, who's that new kid?
Why are his pupils so huge?
Why is he playing hacky sack and wearing a loose-fitting sweater?
He seems really hungry.
So that's how they pay for it, aside from the advertising dollars.
Yeah.
It's really
all day, every day.
That's a big operation.
Massive. And that only so many people could pull it off. You know what I mean? And everybody understands everybody's getting a cut. Everybody knows what's going on.
That's a messed up world, all these actors.
I think it's kind of a fun experiment. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess if you're a scientist. Interesting.
I don't think I could. I'm not good at keeping secrets. I am, but I'm not. Like, if it's an exciting secret, like, I'll just give it away. And it's like little not even white lies, like fun secrets. You know what I mean? Like, hey, we're going to go here in a week. And it's like, oh my God, I can't wait. And then you're like kind of like teasing it and hinting it. But if it's a serious thing, like, hey, so-and-so's pregnant, don't say anything, I'm not going to say anything. You know what I mean? That's the level of secret I'm giving away is fun secret, not like life-changing secret. You know what I mean?
Hey, Truman, your life is a lie.
Thanks, Greg. Your lawn looks nice.
Look at all these cameras. Then you get tackled.
Yeah. Truman, your dad's alive. What?
The show's just one giant ad.
Wait, what? His voice changes immediately. What's going on, guys? Wait. Who's the new kid?
He watched you just get dragged like 100 yards down the street by the security guards.
The entire time. They don't change it. They don't randomly have a car or a dog. He's just watching for an hour and a half.
And you escape and you run back towards him. You'll never get me.
Ooh.
Oh, man. There's weed in my house. Oh.
Wait, what?
So compared to the entirety of Deep Blue Sea, this one chapter of Deep Blue Sea 2 is more blue but less deep than Deep Blue Sea 1.
Wholeheartedly agree.
I've worked it out. We're looking at an average during this scene of about minus 0.95 meters deep, which is minus 3 feet deep, and this scene is 69.5% blue. There's a lot of blue in this scene, a lot of ocean, a lot of sky, a lot of shots from underwater. The whole credit sequence is 100% blue. It's just all of that swimming underwater. So, very blue scene, but not very deep, mostly on the surface.
Can I make a prediction?
Go for it. Well, yeah. Okay, yeah. Compared to the first one, Nick, you can join in as well. The first Deep Blue Sea on average is negative 49 feet deep on average, and 30% blue all the way through. Do you reckon Deep Blue Sea 2 deeper, bluer, both, less? What do we think?
Yes, both. Deeper, bluer. No hats like a shark's fin.
Indeed.
But definitely deeper and bluer.
Okay.
51.7% blue.
Okay.
And there's going to be an entire chapter where it's nothing but blue. That's my prediction.
Well, I guarantee there's not. There's an entire chapter that's like a third blue and a third red and a third green. But that's it. There's 2 chapters.
Yeah, but if you combine those two, it's blue.
Fine.
No, it's green.
That's not.
It's yellow.
No. It's the murky brown.
You just yelled no, Jay.
No. Mark, no. Well, the problem we've got is in Deep Blue Sea 1, there is so much exposition, and they really detail how deep things get, with like how 60 feet to the surface, 240 feet from the lagoon floor to the surface, that kind of thing. Deep Blue Sea 2 is none of that. This is going to be entirely speculation. I'm not sure what criteria I'm going to use to work it out, but I'm going to try and work it out. But currently, no idea how deep things get in this film. But blueness, I can calculate, and I reckon compared to Deep Blue Sea's 30%, I reckon this one might end up being a little bit bluer. So I'm gonna say 35% blue at the end.
Wow, I'm saying 51.2.
Okay, Nick, what's your blue percentage prediction?
You said this scene alone is 69 point something?
69.5, yeah.
69.5.
But then there's a lot of blue in this scene. I'd say this scene is bluer than most.
I think because this scene ups it for the rest of it, almost like a curve. Let's do a 61.2.
Okay.
Whoa.
Wow,
that's really high, I know, but I think certain scenes are going to skew it.
I did not expect Mark to be in the middle. That's unusual.
Here's a question though: do the characters have to be in the water, or can it be footage of them in the water?
It can be footage. This is based on the just what's on screen.
Okay.
So I counted the Warner Brothers logo at the start is partially blue, so that counts. It's very scientific.
This is a great way to get us into this film. I am very excited to talk about the rest of this movie.
This is what
I had a lot of fun.
I'm excited. I nowhere to go but up.
I can't wait.
This is the starting point. It's only going to go up.
I can't wait. Because, listen, I watched this again, and there's just fun things to talk about. Michael Beach is excellent in this movie.
I cannot wait to get to Michael Beach.
There's a plot you can follow. There are a few decent gags. It's going to be good. It's going to be a good picture to talk about. I'm very excited. This is a good way to kick it off.
Yeah, and Nick hasn't seen the rest of the film yet, and if listeners, you are like Nick and have not seen the entirety of Deep Blue Sea 2 at this point, that is okay. We're going to walk you through it. We're going to have a bit more time spent. Not a lot happens in this chapter that's integral to the rest of the film. Just shark finners, they get eaten, and then Trent Slater shows up, steers some sharks away with his little garage door clicker, and then Dr. Mr. Calhoun is swimming amidst the credits. It's fairly inconsequential, but from next week onwards, we'll when there's relevant things to the plot, we'll guide you through it, step by step, through all of the many characters and the ones who make it to the end. Yeah, so you don't have to seek out this film if you don't want to. If you want to, great, fine,
You should.
do it.
I think you should buy it.
Great, fine.
Buy the triple pack,
Do
so
it.
you can have Deep Blue Sea, Deep Blue Sea 2, and Deep Blue Sea 3, which I watched recently and I was cheering.
And we will cover once we finish these. Once we've done these 10 episodes, we'll cover Deep Blue Sea 3. And who knows if everyone buys that, maybe they'll do a Deep Blue Sea 4. Who knows?
Yes, they should, because Deep Blue Sea 3 is really good. Have you guys watched Major League 2?
I haven't watched Major League 1. I've seen very few baseball
It's a
films.
major league mistake.
There's a scene where the coach had a heart attack and he's not allowed to be at the final game. So someone sneaks him a radio in. And so he's listening to the radio when he's not supposed to because of his heart. But he has this British TV show on. And he's up, his team is winning, so he's up cheering, right? He's jumping on his hospital bed and he's watching this show and they're like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I love this British stuff." That's what I was yelling during the Shark Deep Blue Sea 3, but I was like, "I love this shark stuff." That's how happy I was. I was like the coach from Major League 2 who was listening to a baseball game but pretending to watch an English period drama. That's how I felt. Just
They
want to
got
let
a
y'all know
whole Cuba Gooding Jr. in his room. That is impressive.
that. Yeah.
So, Nick,
Yeah.
any final thoughts on this chapter?
Final thoughts. I think there's an impressive amount of beardage going on. It's a beautiful beard, a perfectly manicured beard.
Oh yeah.
I'm
wonderfully manicured.
I'm very excited to see where the rest of this goes. I think what I'm going to do is before the next episode comes out, I'm just going to watch the next chapter. I'm going to go chapter by chapter with you guys. I'm not going to watch the whole thing, not promoting it at all, but there's a certain mass distributor where you can subscribe to their video service. It's currently free to rent in HD.
Oh.
So,
Okay, wow.
yeah.
I don't even know what it is. So good.
Deep Blue Sea too. No,
oh.
I'm saying you can rent it.
I see. Oh, see. Okay, then yes,
Yeah.
please rent it.
I wasn't trying to plug what the service is because
Good.
they're not giving you guys money, right?
No,
No.
no
Yeah.
one is.
So why give them advertising?
That's okay.
It's
Mark,
convoluted, and I apologize.
no worries. Mark, any final thoughts?
I love it. I can't wait for this. This is going to be an adventure. It's going to be a roller coaster. I can't wait. I'm very, very, very excited. This is a fun thing to talk about.
Me too. I'm just happy our show isn't over and we get to keep on talking about shark films every week. So good. And my final thoughts. The one guy looks a lot like Jermaine Clement from Flight of the Conchords. Tamer Berjak. His IMDb picture doesn't so much, but in this film, it just looks like Jermaine Clement who's hit hard times. And the radio that they use on their boat, I work for a company that designs power converters. We designed a power converter for that radio. So that's just a little, it's like a couple of insert shots where you focus on it. I know nothing more about it. It was just a little happy for me. Like, oh, that's one of the radios we designed for. Cool. Mm-hmm. No one else is going to care about that at all. I may edit this out. Good.
You never know.
So, Nick, where can people find more of you online?
People can find more of me online at FrenchToastSunday.com, and I recently decided to get back on Twitter. I am
Why?
at the Rehag. I don't know, dude.
What changed?
I really don't know. One day I'm just like, well, I was doing a show. I was Kaiju Christmas with Elwood Jones and Steven, I can't remember his last name, on the Asian Cinema Fan Club podcast. Great show. Had such a fun time. And everybody was talking about like Twitter and stuff. And I'm like, maybe I should get back in there. So I've been kind of like in and out. Mostly it's just pictures of my cat ignoring any movie that I try to watch.
Walter.
And like a bunch of retweets. So really it's not worth it, but I'm there. We can talk about whatever if you want. Been on a couple other podcasts recently. I was on the Lambcast when we took a look at 1992. I am on a recent episode of Exploding Helicopter where we